Hey guys, today we're going to be going over a Torment 6 Crusader build, and it's actually a pretty tanky build. It's actually really tanky. I have, I want to say, an almost 19 mil profile toughness. The damage, don't worry too much about the damage, you'll see why. So, pretty much what this build is, it's a fire build. And it's all about the furnace. Everything this build uses is to make the furnace proc a lot. Like, this is where a lot of your damage comes from. Like, a lot of, as in, wow, most of it. It's a lot of damage. What I'm trying to say. So, okay, so what it is, dealing damage has a chance to deal 7%. It can roll anywhere from 6 to 8, and I got 7% of the enemy's current health as fire damage. So 7% of their current health. So if they're at full health, that's just 7% of their maximum health, along with the actual damage that you're doing normally. And it's dealing damage, not on attack. So pretty much, whenever you see a tick of damage pop up, in fact, it's more than that too, because, well, I'm pretty sure it is. It's because you have damage over time, and every tick of damage from anything has a chance to proc it. So this is built on just as many hits as you can possibly get to try to trigger this effect as often as possible, because it's really good. And what you want to do is focus toughness and cooldown reduction so you can have Acrorats up. And Acrorats is what makes this build work, and you'll see why. So I have Firewalkers, just more damage. You can run Wall of Man if you want to instead. But I am using this right now because, again, it has a chance to do another hit, and that's good. You want that. You want to do as many hits as possible, even if they aren't that big. And then, the 6-piece. Yeah. I have some fire percentage damage, only because you need to do some damage normally without the furnace, because the 7% isn't going to kill things alone. It can't, because it's of their current health. If you did no damage, the furnace couldn't possibly kill them. So, yeah. String of Ears, very, very nice. Lots of, toughness. Just, you want to be as fat as possible so you can just sit in one spot and spam this for more hits. You don't want to be interrupted at all. You want the furnace to proc a lot. So, let's get into the skills. I use this as my Wrath generator only because, again, tankiness, and I want to be just in it. I don't want to have any problems with, having to move around, or like, oh, this is bad. I mean, you have to move out of orbiter and lasers, obviously, and some elite affixes just because you have to. But yeah, it's just a solid Wrath generator. I'm sure you could use something else if you wanted to, like Slash or Crush. I mean, anything. But this is where your damage comes from. Like, this is the attack that you spam, Fist of the Heavens, and it's dot damage. So it does damage over time, and that damage over time, like, 100% weapon damage as fire every second in the storm. So it's when you hit, the bolts that come out will be extra, but the damage over time, the fire every second, is amazing, because it just is. You'll see. Heaven's Fury, Blessed Ground. So not only are you getting the damage from the laser every second, you're getting the damage from the ground, because it's two separate damage numbers. They do their own damage. So you get even more numbers. And more numbers means more of a chance to proc Acrorats. And Consecration, this is a heal. It's to be tanky. It's AoE, it's not bad. And it's damage over time. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. And provoke charged up. Every time you do damage while it's up during the 4 seconds, you do extra damage, and that is also its own damage number. So that just doubles everything, the amount of ticks that you have. And this Akarat's Champion is how it all fits together. Whenever you deal damage at all, including from this, anything, it puts burn damage on them. And that burn damage has ticks of its own. And I'm not sure if it works with each tick of the burn damage does that, because otherwise it would loop forever. I'm pretty sure it does not. But that's not the point. It's crazy anyway. It's okay, so you plop this down, 100% damage every second. So that's 1 tick, and then that's another tick. That's another 2, 3, or whatever, because it's not... I don't know if it's every second, but it does a consistent amount of damage. And then you double all that, and then Akarat's Champion. And all of those ticks from any of this has a chance to proc the Furnace. And you already get really big numbers without any real damage stats at all. And then the Furnace comes in and it sweeps. It's absolutely fantastic. And the passives I use are Heavenly Strength, because the Furnace, and then the Shield. Duh, it's two-hander. Indestructible, Divine Fortress, and Finery. So just tankiness all around. This is damage and tankiness, strength, armor, whatever, it's fine. And then this is phenomenal. It's great. You can stand in some affixes still with elites and still stomp them. It's great. And yeah, so before I go any further, for you newer Crusaders just looking for a build, this will not be for you. The Furnace is the rarest two-handed mace in the entire game, so you will have troubles finding it. If by any means you want to run this build anyway without the Furnace, you're going to have to stack a lot of damage, and it will be very good still. Like, it will be very good. It will be top tier if you stack a lot of damage. Like, if you use Darklight instead, or, probably Maximus too. And it'll still be really good, but it won't be as amazing as the Furnace makes it. And I would suggest running something else if you don't have the Furnace. But yeah, here are the gear rolls that I have. I have Helm of Akan. I have the 6-piece. And you're going to want to stack a lot of cooldown reductions, so you can use Akarat's Champion a lot. And toughness, obviously. And yeah, I have Maximum Spirit on my Stone of Jordan instead of Wrath. It's no big deal. It's whatever. And then Reaper's Wraps help actually a fair amount, considering you use a lot of Wrath, even though Akarat's recharges a lot. And, the health globes are very nice as of now. And then Paragon points, you're going to want to cap out movement speed, obviously, to 25%. So I have 11% from the boots. And you could actually put it in any of these, depending on how you want to gear. The strength, I just have for the extra damage. You could do Vitality if you're a little low on tankiness, or Maximum Wrath if you want to keep spamming. And you could also use Cinder Coat instead, and you could run the 6-piece boots, because you only need 5 of the 6 if you have Grandeur. So if you're running low on Wrath and you want to just deal with that problem instead of having extra ticks from the Firewalkers, that's totally fine. I mean, I would recommend Firewalkers over Cindercoat, but if you're having problems, you can swap it. For offense, I have crit damage, just so I can do extra damage. I'm already a little high on crit chance. Cooldown reduction. And yeah, that's about it. You want to have as much cooldown reduction as you can. The life, for just toughness reasons, because I have a lot of vitality. Resist all, because it's amazing. And then area damage, this build is very iffy against trash mobs. It's a little slow unless they all clump to you. So you have to burn cooldowns in order to do your damage. So that's why you have to have cooldown reduction. But when Acrorats is down, you're really not going to do a ton. You're going to do a decent, okay amount, but it's not... Acrorats is where this build is. The Acrorats is the build. And life on hit because you a lot of hits. And you don't even need that much life on hit to heal a ton. So, yeah, just have some and you'll be... It's pretty hard to die with this build unless you sit in some elite affixes and things like that. It's pretty bad. And yeah, let's see how this no law build does against Torment 6 Malthael. Oh, meouch. Oh. That was... Owie. That's where indestructible procs, you know, that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, and there's phase 2. Okay, alright. Torment 6. Yum yum. I'm just gonna wait for Acrorats just so I don't get pooped on by clouds with little payoff. Oh, that looks threatening. Better not stay in that. That's rude. Hey, come on, Malthael. Let's run over this way. Oh, wow. You're doing that? You're playing that way? Okay. Let's go. Ow, cloud. And this is why you want a lot of toughness. You don't want to have to deal with that. I mean, I suppose right now I could be using the cold necklace. I don't have it, but it's... I wouldn't... This is just to demonstrate the build as a whole. Anyway, it's not really to show a Malthael kill. I mean, I could be doing this more efficiently. But, you know, Malthael hurts a lot. Like, meouchies. Oh. Oh, rude. Alright, let's go. Oh, God. Alright. Oh, my indestructible's up. Okay, time to just finish him off. Owie. Okay, now I'm gonna go get this. And now he's dead or not. Okay. Oh, jolly day. Oh, yippee. Okay. Wow. Furnace hasn't been going off all that often this fight, but oh well. I still got him, and, yeah, this is Torment 6 survival build. Malthael just hurts, like, a lot. Elites are a lot easier to tank than this big daddy. So, hope you enjoyed it. It's a pretty difficult build to gear just because of this. The rest is not too horrible. But, yeah. Good luck getting your furnaces for anyone that doesn't already have their gear for this build. And, yeah, see you guys next time.